you, thank you. So you see these tables here, they're not going to fall over. So yeah, thank you so much for a lovely warm welcome. I really appreciate it, and I do feel slightly underdraft, I'm afraid. So next time I will make more of an effort, I think. But yeah, thank you so much for having me here today. I'm from an organisation called Climate Recovery. Has anyone heard of Climate Recovery? Anyone heard of Climate Recovery? You have, great. Yeah. Okay, so a few people have. So we are a network in Wales. We have over 400 partners, and we are an organisation that campaigns to tackle climate change. Our focus is mainly in Wales, but we do have a global outlook as well. So I'll just tell you, we're only a young organisation. We came together for COP 26 in 2021. And since then, we've grown and we've got this really diverse network now. We do have some of the kind of big players, so you will have heard of organisations called like Friends of the Earth, Greenpeace, Oxfam, but by far and away our most important organisations are our grassroots community groups. One of the things that we have really tried to do over the last couple of years is diversify. And I don't just mean the network of partners that we have, but diversify our decision-making processes to make sure that those voices are heard within our campaigns, and to make sure that decisions we take have those diverse voices. And that was why it was so important that I wanted to come along today. We are a campaigning organisation now, and we have in the past campaigned on cost of living, energy, and these are all really intersecting crises now. And I think in terms of climate change, we used to talk about climate change a long time ago, and I think maybe it wasn't tangible to a lot of people. They couldn't maybe relate to it. But now that we're seeing the actual effects of climate change, even here in the UK, I think more and more people now are starting to understand it. So I'm going to speak just from a very personal perspective with climate change. Does anyone grow their own vegetables or got an allotment or anything like this? You have, yeah. So I've got an allotment, and I see the impact of climate change. I should be, just as an example, I should be able to put my potatoes in the ground sort of now in the next month or so, and that should be fine. But where we're having these incredibly long rainy periods, and then you will remember last year, I went to every festival last year and I could just sleep out without a tent. I mean, it was crazy. The long periods of hot and no rain. Well, how did that then impact me? The water that the watering task it's just so hard. And then, when I see the impact it has on my small allotments, it makes me think, if I had to do this much work and be so focused because of these changes, our food system is so strange. How is this food being produced? This cannot be a sustainable food production that we actually have here. I'd be enjoyed. Hello. So I think, I guess what I'm trying to say is the impacts of climate change are here, and what we have to do now as communities, of course we need to raise this politically, and we need to keep doing that, but as communities we need to become resilient. We need to become resilient. We need to come together. We need to be able to rely on each other. And things like growing food, I think it's going to become really, really important as we see the prices increase. And as we see scarcity now, you know, in the food chain sometimes. I mean, honestly, who's bought chocolate recently? You know, I mean, it's not a necessity, but it's an example of something that is just so expensive now. And it is a luxury item, but this is going to start impacting our staples really badly. So, I guess just a couple of things about climate recovery and how you can get involved. At the moment, we are hurtling towards an election here in Wales, and we've got parties saying, oh, we're going to do away with our targets, and you know, we're not going to address climate change in the way that it really could be addressed. And so we need to make sure that politically, you know, this is kept on the agenda. And so we have a letter that we've worked on, and you can sign up as an organisation to support that letter, and I will share it with Dee and colleagues. So so that's one thing. We also have a self-titled Climate Cymru Ethnic Minorities Network, which my colleague Ben coordinates, and you can get involved in that network. It would be amazing if you did get involved in that. He lives in Cardigan, but I know he's in touch with you. Yeah. So yes, those are the ways that you can, and also you can sign up for our newsletter as well and just find out a bit about what's going on in Wales and what some of our partners are doing. And what I would say is that it's really, really good to just come along and make the connections today, because it just always helps. And I think in future meetings, I can be a little more targeted. I can go out to our network and be a little more targeted about getting the right people to come along and to have those discussions with you about those, you know, those important issues like transport. I know it's such an important issue for you. It's an important issue for me. So yeah, that's kind of it for the moment. Anything else?